I'm just sitting here thinking about um, STD. I guess I was like, what? I really wasn't thinking about it. I was talking to God about it. I was like, it make you wonder if STD is made by man. I know some of it is, but is it just created out of sin? Because these pillars, these pillars and stuff that people get, um, these pillars, these pillars that people get is, I mean, it's like I don't know why I said it like that. It's like when people get out of control. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen it in the street, and it's like when people get out of control to the point. Let's say a bunch of junkies got together and fraudulent crime, a big organization or a group of people, you know. And all right, let's say uh, all of them really ain't junkies. They sex fanatics or nympho or whatever. All right, and they just come together and then they blend. They blend, which is terrible, terrible blend, very terrible blend. Uh, and they just rob a lot of people. They don't care when they get like that. I mean, they already done been given over to their sins. So I was just thinking, I think I heard maybe somebody in Nashville was having this. I was trying to make sense. I was just thinking about people hurt, like hurt people, like people, loved ones, lovers that got hurt, getting hurt, men or women. And men or women. Uh, and I was just sitting here thinking, I was thinking, like, I wish I could talk to him. I was like, well, I guess I get online and say something about it. But you know, you try to fight for a lover when they done became consumed by this nature. You gotta give it to God. You have to give it to God. Ain't no choice when it's that deeply rooted and it's that involved. But I was telling somebody in the Astro, I was like, don't worry, just you gotta wait it out. You gotta wait it out when it's that bad because being addicted to sex is just the same as being addicted to crack, you know. And issues like that can issues like that can issues like that can just embrace it. I mean, you gonna hear what I'm saying. That these lovers, y'all probably hear about it, and you gonna keep hearing. Bad as I say, it's a test, another test. And maybe you put the lover before God, whatever, and God showing you the true colors of that lover that God been trying to save you from, and He'll show you that lover true colors, and it look like that, you know. And I just heard in the Astro, but I don't think they were talking about that. And they were talking about Pounds Road, basically. They were talking about how y'all know trains, basically. And it's awful. But I'm guessing somebody had to endure it. Somebody had to endure it, or they have to endure it. They keep hearing about it and stuff like that. When they get like that, you have to just let it go. You gotta give it to God, let it go. And what's gonna happen is, I know the outcome. I had to watch it. When I was in the street watching it was like I wasn't no better. I was part. It was like a part of a blackmailing. Uh, it was something that probably would, you know, it's blackmail. It's black magic, I guess you want to call it. you got a bunch of guys, women plotting on people and taking down people. But back in the streets, in my case, it was for a better reason than it is today. Now people just doing it because somebody got a good home. That's crazy. Or got an opportunity of having a good life. That's just ridiculous. Back in our day, we promoted. If I come up with pimps and players were creating. They had, I come up with pimps and players, so I had to embrace and watch them create hoes. But they didn't just grab a woman that was good and turn her out. They didn't do that at all. They normally got nympho women that was out of control, and it was just like that pimp or that player was their pillar. And honestly, that pimp or that player probably saved a bunch of people out, because this woman or this man was disease infested and they was out of control. And people did want to sleep with them that was already infested, but but it was people that wasn't infested that wanted to sleep with them, and somehow we was able to prevent that, but somehow it got out of control, I guess, and it got to the point where people didn't care no more, and that started contaminating everybody. But when people take on these roles, it don't matter what scene it is, it all ends the same way. It leads down one road. It's like if you got a whole bunch of roads. You got a whole bunch of roads lined up. It all go down one road. It don't matter if they're lined up 20 roads. They all go down one road. They don't end. So let me show you. All right, you smoking rocks. You done sold everybody, sold your kids stuff. You selling out yourself for the rocks. You don't care about nobody. You don't even care about yourself. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about yourself. You just smoking rocks, And what happened is you get given over to your sin. So what happened is you probably got a family. You probably got a good family. God gonna take that away. You probably got people that helps you. Well, God gonna take that away eventually. And you probably got now you down to the fact that you just got your rock. Now you used to have plenty of money to buy it, but now you ain't got no money. Now you doing whatever for the rock. So you arrested by the rock. That's an arrest. That's what an arrest is. You're arrested by that sin. That's your arrest. You already going to hell and don't know it. Same thing. Okay, now what? We'll put sex beside that. You keep dabbling in different sex partners. You might not even be a whore. You might not be a whore at all, but you like particular men or particular women, and you just keeping on. Well, eventually, you probably got a family. You probably got lovers. Well, eventually, and you probably got friends. Well, eventually, that's gonna fade out, and you're gonna be surrounded by like rocks. You're gonna be surrounded by people who do drugs, and then you're gonna be surrounded by people who like to sleep around. But the problem is that the difference is that this time you're surrounded by junkies. Not motivated people, not people trying to better themselves. You're surrounded by complete junkies, and this person is surrounded by complete whores. So everybody that's actually making anything, because blessings are not, sinners don't get blessed. And in my situation, they all the sinners got together and robbed the blessing, robbed the person getting blessed. I don't know how they were expecting that to end. It's gonna end disastrous because they locked up. And like in my situation, they locked up, they arrested, because some of these people that these people sleep with are contaminated bad. I ain't gonna say how they contaminated, but they're contaminated too bad for them to be playing games. I mean, so bad so that when the woman find out, I got my window, y'all. So bad so when the woman find out, or the man find out, they just gonna get. That's part of the arrest. Okay, we'll look at the sexual issue. We'll look at the sexual issue. That's part of the arrest. So what happened is, let me see. They gonna probably get an STD, and then they gonna get an STD they can't get rid of, and then they gonna go back to their friends who ain't got it, and they gonna probably convince them to go with these same guys. These guys might be beautiful, and all the women might be beautiful, and they're gonna convince them, and then after that, they're gonna get one girl, one of their friends. The friend gonna call, oh, you didn't tell me such thing, goddamn. Shut up. Well, then they're gonna invite another one. That need to stop. That need to stop. Y'all, you make a mistake, you just gotta go heal. You can heal from anything, but when you choose that direction, you choosing to get killed by anything. And same thing with crack. It's same thing with crack. Because in this situation with where they robbed me, like I said, I told y'all this story a while back. When I walked the scene, what they were doing with what they stole from me, I had to moonwalk out of it because it was just disgusting. It's just a sex. It's just a orgy. It was just disgusting, and it was just like me and my Astro team. My ancestors have been in the sex realm stuff for 5 years, y'all. In 5 years, I've been built 2 homes. Probably even created some jobs. And in 5 years, we've been having to observe these people who've been playing in my energy. And the vast majority of them been stuck in the sex realm, just that's all they doing on their knees at the casino, and over there. I ain't telling you business, hit dog a holler. I ain't telling you business, to hit dog a holler now. You come sideways, I'm gonna come back in the door. I'm gonna come straight. I'm gonna come straight. I ain't gonna come in the door sideways. I'm gonna come straight in now like a Russian brunette, and then social media gonna say, shut him down, shut him down. I'm trying to tell y'all, leave me alone. Y'all attacking me, man. That's my energy. You kidnapped you stole my energy, and then you want me to say we friends about it. Y'all so evil, bro. And it ain't doing that kind of evil. Your heart is already serious. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. You arrested by your sins already. You already chained to hell. Them chains from hell. When you bind it, that's a chain in hell. That's what bind it means. Yeah, when you bind it, you chained to hell right there. Hell real. Hell real, y'all. You fortunate to be going back and forth from purgatory, like you be doing, but hell real. You get binded like that, you get over there, you get stuck in a bad way. But I know when I went, let me shut up, I don't want to talk about that right now. But hell real. Y'all probably done been to hell and never noticed it. They got it wrote out here. The physical physicians call it cold sweats, but I know my experience with going to hell. When I came back, I had cold sweats, and I kept it for a long time. It's like them signs, like if you die, well for me, I can't even say, I ain't gonna say that, cause I throw y'all off. I don't want to even talk about it, just forget what I said. But anyway, like not being able to get out your bed when you wake up, that's another bad sign. I forgot what they call that, sleep paralysis or something like that. That ain't good sign. They just, the physical physician just worded in a way for you not to worry. They probably don't even know. But when you look up the ancient stuff about this, that's what it's gonna lead to that kind of stuff lead to that. Because it all originates from somewhere. We didn't create nothing. It was already here, nothing new under the sun. And your body don't go through these changes for nothing. Your body go through these changes because something going on in the astral, something going on in the spiritual. It gotta manifest in the spiritual before it get to the physical. But anyway, so they arrested. So like I said, just don't worry about it's just they got pound squad. They just different levels. You got these palace type women, then you got the poverty class women or men. And they doing the same disgusting thing. It don't matter. It's like, cause they ain't supposed to have the money. That's the curse from stealing the money. All right, this is what I want to tell the people out there. Stop worrying about that, because they arrested by that. Just because you see them do it, you think they having a good time. That's not no good time. Who in the hell? That's what I keep itching my head on that. Everybody think that's a good time. When you've been given over to your sins, we do drugs to have a good time. Have sex to have a good time. But when you are given over to your sins, you're no longer doing it to have a good time. You literally got to do drugs just to have sex, and then call it a good time. Then you're going to wake up feeling bad and miserable, and then you're going to have to do a drug to get up out the bed, and you probably going to have sex again, but you had to do that drug to get out the bed. Then you had to do that drug to go in the bed. Then you had to do that drug before you slept with that person to go in your bed, so you are miserable. You are miserable. It's miserable. It don't matter what sin it is. You can line them up however many sins it is. It could be 8.2 billion sins, and it's 8.2 billion roads to go down, but it's going to all lead to one road. Don't worry about it. They arrested. What I'm trying to say is, if they're arrested by sex, it don't matter if they call you and talking about they sleep. That's what, if they arrested. You know what I'm saying? They're arrested by the sin. I seen it with my eyes so many times. The end result is always the same, and it's terrible. I don't even want to say on social media. You already know the movies is out there. They end up on their knees for good, you know. Knees hurting, back hurt. I told y'all this story one time that we was all at a drug house, and a girl was sleeping around so much she was addicted to it. She already had 4 to 5 men on the norm, but she had to have so much sex a day, and she came to this drug house to get drugs, and that drug that she was picking up messed with her testosterone. And what she didn't know was that drug was keeping her horny to deal with all that. All she had to do was quit the drug, and it would have slowed her down with all that she had a problem with. She was a nympho. And the girl was sleeping around so much, they came and got her. She got sick from the drug. Hell, they came and got her in the ambulance. She was just sitting outside and came and got her, and they said something inside of her fell out and she just died. I don't know how true it is. I'm pretty sure it was true because the people there, they ain't had no reason to lie about it. And I had just got there, and they was all sitting on the porch looking sad. And I was like, what the hell wrong with y'all? And they were telling me some woman slept around so much. And they said she was fine when she was sitting down, but when they got up, like something fell out of her or something. You know? I don't know how true that is though, y'all. But there was a few people dying at that house because that particular drug house sold a lot of heavy, hard-hitting drugs. People would die in front of you, you know. But they arrested, you know, they're arrested. So don't worry about it. What I mean by that, if they get arrested by the sin's gonna become sevenfold, probably even more than that. Their heart gonna become seared, just like Pharaoh. Pharaoh knew he was going to his death, but Pharaoh kept going till he died. That's the way it works. So some of these people have been attacking earth angels, some of these people have been attacking chosen ones, some of these people have been attacking high vibrational people, whether they're good or bad to you. They've been hurting people. Some of these people were supposed to help these people, and instead of helping these people, they joined the opposite side. So they got binded. Some of these people was pretty good people, probably. And your woman or your man, whoever having this problem out there, probably was a pretty good person. But the problem is when God come to test us, it's like our whole life we are being prepared. Our whole life we're going through these trials and tribulations, being prepared for one great moment in our life. Once that moment come up in our life and we decide to still feel it for that what we think we like, God gonna bind us to what we think we like. We're gonna realize once we bind it to what we think we like, we're not gonna like it. One thing these sinners got these serious hearts is not gonna tell you is that they don't enjoy the sex no more, and they don't enjoy the drugs no more. Ain't no fun in it. They just putting on an illusion. All that's an illusion. Now I know, because it was a point in my life where I had to depend off selling drugs just to eat. And I know how grimy the streets can get, and I know how disgusting it can get. I told y'all about people eating stuff out of jars and stuff. They'll do whatever, and they can be beautiful, gorgeous, and it be plugged, they'll grill out, got all kind of money, you know, big time plugs. I'm talking about plugs that can buy a whole gold car. And they'll make these people, they'll laugh at these people. Let's say everybody on the block say, yeah, they fine, they this and that. That one plug know everything. They're gonna be like, well, I bet you I can make that person do this and that. And they're like, nah, you can't do that, you can't do that. And they do it, and it just tear you apart inside, because this beautiful woman or this beautiful man that could be somebody's husband or somebody's wife just so short, and then you just watch it over time. It don't even take long. If you just move on with your life and cut your cords off, it won't even probably take a year. But once God give them over to their sin, it's a wrap. But see, the problem is we hold on to stuff because of what they might have took from us or whatever. Let it go. Let it go. It ain't serving them. It ain't serving them no way. Let it go. Don't worry about if it's serving them or not. Let it go. Because I'm telling you, they don't feel good when it's over. When you gotta get high just to do something, it ain't no good no more. Ain't no more love in it. It's no more love in it, and you are arrested by your sins. So, like I said, if you get arrested by your sins, you're gonna have plenty of sex. You're gonna set yourself all the way to hell. Set all the way to hell. You're gonna lose the money you stole from everybody, and then you're gonna probably get on worse drugs. And everybody, it's a position. It's an opposition of position. It's a reposition in life. You see what I'm saying? You change, you transforming, and you don't even know that you transforming. You just transforming. You get what I'm saying? That person was probably a lawyer, a doctor, beautiful, gorgeous, but they cheated one too many times. So God gave them over to their sins. So now they ain't only cheating. Now they stealing meds from the doctor, selling it to their friend. Think it's cool. High, robbing folk, high, not left, and now they lost their doctor. They lost their position at the doctor. See, they transformed. That's all. They transformed. And now they with their friend, they partying, they calling you, still calling you. You still worried about it? How you still worried about it when you can see the transformation? See what I'm saying? Don't worry about that. Cause I know it's be people. It done been women around me, and like I supposed to care. They don't even know that the person that they riding with, I know them better than they know them. And I already know they death struck. I already know they sick just because of that person. See, some people that got a lot of STDs and diseases look beautiful, very beautiful. Everybody don't look like they got STD, and that's what I was just talking to God about. I was like, STDs really could be, I mean, we keep blaming man for creating STDs. Okay, that could be possibly true for certain STDs, but if you keep violating your body and you keep going in the wrong direction, you're going to accumulate STDs. That will obviously be a part of the transformation that God is trying to show the world. And like, okay, this is why you can't go this way. This is why you can't do it this way. This is your warning. Okay, now you just manifest a spiritual STD, and now it's in the physical. You got it in the spiritual. You got your warnings in the spiritual when you was dealing with that person secretly, but you never said nothing. And I started telling people, oh, I love him so much. He loves her so much. Oh, so good all over the place. I love it. I love everything about him. But in your heart of heart, you knew they wasn't no good. You knew they wasn't no good. And you probably after even having, passionate sex, you waking up fighting and biting each other on the chest. I done seen couples do that. They go ham on each other, bite the chest off, bite the chest. The women try to bite the chest off because the men be strong, crazy lunatic. Right? You be sitting in the bed. I ain't trying to be funny, y'all. I ain't trying to be funny, bro. I know it's another story, bro. I don't think I told this, but it was another story with this beautiful girl, a friend of mine, and sister was beautiful. I just never dealt with. I was just, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even sleep with my friends and sisters, even if they wanted me. But she was so gorgeous. But she was getting. I was spending the night at their house because we had to do something that we had to make a move together, and so I had to spend the night at their house, and I was sleeping on the couch, and I heard something go boom, boom, boom. I was like, man, you got rats in here or something, bro? You got some big rats in here, bro. So he's like, I ain't got no rat, bro. He said, hey, check it out. He's like, oh man. I was like, man, what's wrong, man? He said, that's my sister, man. My sister, man, I said, what, you gonna let him? You gonna let him beat her up? And he was like, and the dude was cool though. I don't know what they were really arguing about. He was rough with her though. But the dude, I knew the dude was pretty. I ain't never known the dude to be that kind of person really. But he was a big dude. He was a big dog though. He was a big dog. Period. He was a big dog. He was somebody nobody wanted to mess with. Period. And got a lot of respect, huge respect. Didn't nobody mess with the dude. But she was gorgeous, and the gorgeous women got these kind of dudes. So he was like, I'm going back to bed. I ain't messing with Buddy. And then I put my shoes on. I said, damn, man. I always get caught up. I put my shoes on. And Buddy was like, what's up, man? What you want to do? And I was like, man, I ain't finna let you jump on. I ain't finna let you keep beating on her. Not while I'm in here like that. That shit don't look right, bro. It's gonna make me look bad. I just can't have you doing that, man. He left. We was still cool, cause we family, you know what I'm saying? But and she looked at me. She said, you really gonna try him? As big as he do, dude, huge, bro. Dude, big already, big time plug. He was one of the people you get buried. It's over. Nobody know you got buried. It's over. I did not want to deal with dude really, but I was not gonna let dude hurt that girl. Cause he was doing the, I started joking and all that. I said, every time I turn around, you get jumped on by somebody. It's like you see somebody playing a football game, and they see a touchdown roll team, you get a touchdown, they start choking you out. You gotta pick your men better. Me whole tripping and laughing about it. But we all used to be so close. But I just told her, I said, I wasn't gonna let him, it ain't about if I was gonna win or lose. I said, it's about the fact that I'm not gonna sit in this house and let him just do you like that, you know? Because I already had to deal with that in my own family, you know? So I said, no, it ain't gonna happen like that. I don't know if I could have beat him or not, you know? But I wasn't gonna let him do that. So, you know, we left it at that. And after that, after a while, I saw him, we was straight. It wasn't no big deal. But it's just the way it is, y'all. You know, when God give people over to their sin, but see, at the same time, that was still dangerous because that could have been their karma. I didn't know about all this then. And I still wouldn't let nobody do that, though. You know, I still wouldn't let nobody do that. But I try to keep myself out of the way. So don't worry about it, bro. What I'm trying to say is, long story short, it's already long. When God arrests these people with their sin, they gonna overindulge in it. It's gonna embrace them. So don't let it hurt you. If anything, let it make you stronger. It don't matter who that person is. I done seen some of the best women. You think you got the best woman in the world and they do that, or the best man, whoever, whatever, and they do that, and it hurts. It hurts. But maybe if you just sit there and then maybe if you embrace it the right way, pray and meditate, you're going to realize that it's just an illusion anyway. It's another program and it ain't going to ever hurt you again. I can promise you that. Just take it. Take it like a man or a woman. Just embrace it. And, learn how to taper yourself off of that individual. Get them out of your energy because that's karma. They are arrested. They got chains. They are binded. Let them have it, y'all.